rain, it raineth every day, with a high ho, the wind and the rain, and the rain, it raineth every day.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. I am here with Bill, Shelia, John, and Henry. So that's 5 of us to be doing randomly chosen Shakespeare monologues and scenes for you guys today. Chosen randomly by the wheel. This is our weekly game. Based on the randomly chosen order, in advance, Bill is going to perform first. I am second. I'll be on deck after Bill performs. Benedict, I do much wonder. That's Act 2, Scene 3, open. Actually, after that silly little interjection, the boy comes in and out. So Benedict.
Act 2, Scene 3. And it starts with, I do much wonder?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love in such a man as Claudio. I have known when there was no music in him but the drum and the fife. And now, had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe? I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. And now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now he has turned to orthography. His words are very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. Why, may I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell, I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster, but I'll take my oath on it till he have made an oyster of me. He shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all grace is in one woman, one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, and come not near me. Noble, and not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Ha! The prince and monsieur love. I will hide me in the arbor. Scene.
Okay, very nice. And actually, I said I was next, but actually Henry was supposed to go first, but he joined us a little bit late, so it's his turn. So we'll go to Henry and then myself. Welcome back, Henry. You're going to perform. Queen Catherine from Henry VIII begins. Act 2, Scene 4 begins. Sir, I desire. Scene 4 to Henry VIII. Sir, I desire. This is what he read.
Okay, find it. This was a bit of a surprise. Okay. Yeah. Sir, I desire you do me right and justice, and to bestow your pity on me. For I am a most poor woman, and a stranger born out of your dominions, having here no judge indifferent, nor no more assurance of equal friendship and proceeding. Alas, sir, in what have I offended you? What cause hath my behaviour given to your displeasure, that thus you should proceed to put me off, and take your good grace from me? Heaven witness, I have been to you a true and humble wife, and all times to your will comfortable, ever in fear to kindle your dislike. Yea, subject to your countenance, glad or sorry as I saw it incline. When was the hour I ever contradicted your desire, or made it not mine too? Or which of your friends have I not strove to love, although I knew he were mine enemy? What friend of mine that had to him derived your anger, did I continue in my liking? Nay, gave notice that he was from thence discharged. Sir, call to mind that I have been your wife in this obedience upward of 20 years, and have been blessed with many children by you. If in the course and process of this time you can report and prove it too against mine honour aught, my bond to wedlock, or my love and duty, against your sacred person, in God's name turn me away, and let the foulest contempt shut door upon me, and so give me up to the sharpest kind of justice. Please you, sir, the king, your father, was reputed for a prince most prudent, of an excellent and unmatched wit and judgment. Ferdinand, my father, king of Spain, was reckoned one the wisest prince that there had reigned by many a year before. It is not to be questioned that they had gathered a wise council to them, of every realm that did debate this business, who deemed our marriage lawful. Wherefore I humbly beseech you, sir, to spare me, till I may be by my friends in Spain advised, whose counsel I will implore. If not, in the name of God, your pleasure be fulfilled.
Okay, thank you, Henry. So it is my turn now, and then John is on deck. John will perform after I do. Oh, hello. I don't think I've done this one before. This is a great one too. Hope I do it justice. All right, it's taking me a while to find this one. It's a long scene that it comes from. Okay, here we go. Avaunt! Begone! Thou hast set me on the rack. I swear 'tis better to be much abused than but to know it little. What sense had I of her stolen hours of lust? I saw it not, thought it not, it harmed not me. I slept the next night well, was free and merry. I found not Cassio's kisses on her lips. He that is robbed, not wanting what is stolen, let him not know it, and he is not robbed at all. I had been happy if the general pioneers all had tasted their sweet bodies, so I had nothing known. Oh, now forever. Farewell the tranquil mind, farewell content, farewell the plumed troop and the big wars that make ambition virtue. Oh, farewell, farewell the neighing steed and the shrill trump, the spirit-stirring drum, the ear-piercing fife, the royal banner, and all quality, pride, pomp, and circumstances of glorious war. And oh, you mortal engines whose rude throats the immortal Joe's head clamors counterfeit. Farewell, Othello's occupation's gone. Okay. So we have John and Shelia, then Shelia, and then we have our scenes to spin for. Okay, John is going to do. Master 4, Merry Wives of Windsor, Act 2, Scene 2, What a Damned Epicurean Rascal.
Okay.
2, Scene 2, I believe it begins with What a Damned Epicurean Rascal.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, go ahead with that.
Okay. I have long loved her. Is that it?
I think it begins with What a Damned Epicurean Rascal.
Okay, let me just keep going here. Okay. What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife has sent to him. The hour is fixed. The match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawn at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms, names. Amaymon sounds well, Lucifer well, Barbazon well, ye, they are devil's additions, the names of fiends, but cuckold, withal, cuckold, the devil himself hath such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He will trust his wife He will not be jealous. I would rather toss a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my aqua vichy bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding, than my wife with herself. Then she plots, then she ruminates, then she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may effect. They will break their hearts, but they will effect. God be praised from my jealousy. 11 o'clock the hour. I will prevent this. Detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Fie, 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 cuckold, cuckold, cuckold. See.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, John. Lastly, we have Sheila, and then freezing up. Okay, Sheila is going to perform. Quiet Warren, the gray-eyed man. Opening of Act 2, Scene 3, Romeo and Juliet. So whenever you're ready, go ahead with Friar.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkered the eastern clouds with streaks of light, and flecked darkness like a drunkard reels from forth day's path and Titan's fiery wheels. Now, ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must fill up this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. The earth that's nature's mother is her tomb. What is her burying grave that is her womb? From her womb, children of diverse kind, we sucking on her natural bosom find many for many virtues excellent, none but for some, and yet all different. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities. For naught so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good but strained from that fair use revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometimes by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. For this, being smelt with that part, cheers each part. Being tasted, slays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Great. It's interesting. You put in the comments about myself and John good rants. That after you commented on us both having our outraged, us both being a cuckold and raging about it, and then you get something that's so slow and introspective and different change in tone, and all the actors did a good job playing. And we played our rage, you played your slow and introspective, just the way it was supposed to be. Okay. But good job, everybody, with your monologues today. Let's get ready for some scenes. Again, the reverse order that we performed in will be the order in which we choose 5 roles that we're going to determine by the wheel, a new wheel, the scene wheel this time. The first scene we will have is Comedy of Errors. Adriana and Luciana. Adriana, Act 2, Scene 1. And we have Anthony. Oh, this is a great scene. Oh, I retired it for a while. I recently took it out. It's a good scene. I'm. It's been a while. I'm going to be glad to see it again. Antony and Eros. That's Act 4, Scene 14. A lot of scenes in that play. So Antony and Eros. That's the scene with the slave and ordering the slave to kill him. So there's 5 of us, and that's 4 roles. So the 5th choice will be a second monologue. So the 5 choices of roles that we'll choose in the reverse order that we performed in are Adriana or Luciana in Comedy of Errors, Act 2, Scene 1. Antony or Eros in Act 4, Scene 14 of Antony and Cleopatra. And the 5th choice is to spin for an additional monologue for yourself. So Shelia went last. She gets the first choice. What would you like, Shelia?
Well, I wanted to point out something. I went to scene 1 of Act 2, and it's not overly long, but Adriana and Luciana talk. Then Antipholus comes, or Dromio of Ephesius comes in and communicates with both of them during the middle of the scene, and then they return to speaking. So we could either just take part of it or cast a Dromio if you want.
Yeah, is it? Did you want that to be the 5th? Are you suggesting that be the 5th role, or is Dromio like a? We had this discussion before, where if it's like a throwaway role, we don't want to make somebody take their turn on it. So yeah, if that's your suggestion, that's fine. We can somebody that's in the other scene, I can just randomly assign Dromio if that makes it easier for the 2 people. And I'll make whoever ends up being Adriana and Luciana, I'll let them decide if they want to just skip Dromio or if they want to ask somebody from the other scene to do that.
Sure. I would either way, because as I said, it seems hard to cut him out and do the scene.
Okay.
But anyway, I would like Adriana.
Okay, so Shelia is going to be Adriana. John, what would you like?
Well, since I'm not terribly familiar, I'll be a party pooper and go for the monologue. That's
Second
all right.
monologue. Okay. I'll take Antony myself. So we have Eros and Luciana. Henry, what would you like?
What choice do I have?
Eros in the Antony and Cleopatra scene, or Luciana in the Comedy of Errors scene?
Don't know. Luciana, please.
Okay, so that leaves Bill to be Eros. It'll be myself, and Bill will be Antony and Eros after, let's see, Adriana and Luciana are Shelia and Henry. Let's see, would you like either me or Bill to be Dromio in this?
How do you feel, Henry? Do you want to do the whole scene and have a third person? Henry?
Do the whole scene, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so it's your scene, so you choose. You want me or Bill to be Dromio?
Oh, how about John if he wants to do it?
Oh, John, did you want to take it? Take the Dromio lines?
I suppose if that's the thing to do.
Okay.
I
No,
don't know.
if you don't want to do it, it's just a suggestion.
Would you rather myself or Bill do it?
I'd rather do the monologue, but I'll do it. You know.
Okay. Okay, so he doesn't. You want me or
So
Bill?
Bill.
Okay, so Bill will take Dromio in this scene, Comedy Bears Act 2, Scene 1. And you say when the scene starts, he's not in it, right? So I'll take him out of the stream. I'll just add him when he comes on stage, so we only see the actors who are on stage at the time. So are you both ready to go at this point? Okay.
Sure.
So whenever you're ready.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned, that in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock.
Well, perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister,
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, know he is the bridle of your will.
Oh, there's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but hath his bound in earth, in sea, and sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowls are their male subjects, and at their controls. Men more divine, the masters of all these, lords of the wide world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls, of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords, and let your will attend on their accords.
The servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband starts some other where?
Till he come home again, I would forbear.
Patience unmoved. No marvel though she pause. They can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more would we ourselves complain. So thou that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live to see like right bereft, this fool-begged patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Here comes your man. Now is your husband nigh.
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye. He told me his mind upon my ear, express his hand. I scarce could understand it.
Spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows, and withal so doubtfully I could scarce understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress, sure, my master is horn mad.
Oh, horn mad, thou villain!
I mean, not huckled mad, but Sure, he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. "'Tis dinner time," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Your meat doth burn," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Will you come home?" quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Where is the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?" "The pig," quoth I, "is burned." "My gold," quoth he. "My mistress, sir," quoth I. "Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out of thy on thy mistress."
Quoth who?
And quoth my master,
Yeah.
"I know," quoth he, "no house, no wife, no mistress, so that my errand do unto my tongue." I thanked him. I bear home upon my shoulders. For in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Go back again and be new beaten home. For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you, I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
I am so round with you as you with me that, like a football, you do spurn me thus. You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Fie, how impatience loureth in your face!
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. If homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek, then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull? Barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault. He's master of my state. What ruins in me that can be found by him not ruined? He is the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fare a sunny look of his would soon repair. But too unruly dear, he breaks the pale and feeds from home. Poor I am but his stale.
Self-harming jealousy, fie, beat it hence!
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, or else what lets it be but he would be here? Oh, sister, you know he promised me a chain. With that alone he would detain, so he would keep fair quarter with his bed. I see the jewel best enameled will lose his beauty, yet the gold bides still that others touch, and often touching will wear gold. And no man that hath a name by falsehood and corruption doth it shame, since that my beauty cannot please his eye. I'll weep away what's left, and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy!
Scene.
Okay, great. So now we have the Antony and Eros scene, and this is another place where I think I can take into account that we letting somebody else take a role and just assign it to somebody. There's Marty. If we go from the top of the scene, just the two of us, and then Mardian comes on. I mean, I think we'll stop the scene. I mean, Antony still lives. We'll stop the scene at the point where I stab myself. But Mardian, I'd like to see Henry, would you like to take that role where Mardian just comes on briefly, and then we dismiss you, and then so we can keep the scene from the beginning up to the point where Antony stabs himself.
Yeah.
You so from the top act. We'll go from the top of scene 14. It's just Antony and Eros on the beginning. Are you ready to go, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay. Eros, thou yet beholdst me?
I, noble lord.
Sometimes we see a cloud that's dragonish, a vapor sometime like a bear or lion, towered citadel, a pendant rock, a forked mountain, or blue promontory with trees upon't, that nod unto the world and mock our eyes with air. Thou hast seen these signs, they are black Vespers pageants.
Aye, my lord.
That which is now a horse, even with a thought, the ractus limbs, and make it indistinct as water is in water.
It does, my lord.
Good knave Eros, now thy captain is even such a body. Here I am Antony. It cannot hold this visible shape, my knave. I made these wars for Egypt, and the queen whose heart I thought I had, for she had mine, which whilst it was mine, had annexed unto it 1,000,000 more now lost. She, Eros, has packed cards with Caesar and false played my glory into an empty triumph. Nay, weep not, gentle Eros. There is left us ourselves to end ourselves. Oh, thy vile lady, she has robbed me of my sword.
No, Antony. My mistress loved thee, and her fortunes mingled with thine entirely.
Pants, saucy eunuch, peace! She hath betrayed me, and shall die the death.
Death is one person can be paid but once, and that she has discharged. What thou wouldst do is done unto thy hand. The last she spake was, Antony, most noble Antony. Then in the midst a tearing groan did break the name of Antony. It was divided between her heart and lips. She rendered life, thy name so buried in her.
Dead then?
Dead.
Unarm, Eros. The long day's task is done, and we must sleep. That thou depart'st hence safe does pay thy labor richly. Go. Pluck off. The sevenfold shield of Ajax cannot keep the battery from my heart. Oh, cleave my sides! Heart once be stronger than thy content. Crack thy frail case. Pace, Eros, pace. No more a soldier. Bruised pieces go. You have been nobly born for me a while. I will o'ertake thee, Cleopatra, and weep for my pardon. So it must be, for now I'll link this torture, as the torch is out. Lie down and stray no farther. Now all labor mars what it does. Yea, very force entangles itself with strength. Seal then, and all is done. Eros! I come, my queen. Eros! Stay for me! Where souls do couch on flowers, we'll hand in hand, and with our mighty port make the ghosts gaze. Dido and her Aeneas shall want troops, and all the haunt be ours. Come, Eros! Eros!
But would my lord?
Since Cleopatra died, I have lived in such dishonor that the gods detest my baseness. I, that with my sword courted the world, and o'er green Neptune's back with ships made cities, condemn myself to lack the courage of a woman. Less noble mind than she, which by her death our Caesar tells, I am conqueror of myself, Thou art sworn, Eros, that when the exigent should come, which now is come indeed, when I should see behind me the inevitable prosecution of disgrace and horror, that on my command thou then wouldst kill me. Do it! The time is come. Thou strikest not me. 'Tis Caesar thou defeatst. Put color in thy cheek.
The gods withhold me. Shall I do that which all the Parthian darts, though enemy, lost aim and could not?
Eros, wouldst thou be windowed in great Rome and see thy master thus with pleached arms, bending down his corrigible neck, his face subdued to penetrative shame, whilst the wheeled seat of fortunate Caesar drawn before him branded his baseness that ensued?
I would not see it.
Come then! For with a wound I must be cured. Draw that thy honest sword, which thou hast worn most useful for thy country.
Oh, sir, pardon me.
When I did make thee free, sworest thou not then to do this when I bade thee? Do it at once, or thy precedent services are all but accidents unpurposed. Draw and come.
Turn from me then, that noble countenance wherein the worship of the whole world lies.
Lo thee.
My sword is drawn.
Then let it do at once the thing why thou hast drawn it.
My dear master, my captain and my emperor, let me say, before I strike this bloody stroke, farewell.
'Tis said, man, and farewell.
Farewell, great chief. Shall I strike now?
Now, Eros.
Why, there, then. Oh, thus I do escape the sorrow of Antony's death.
Thrice nobler than myself. Thou teachest me, O valiant Eros, what I should and thou couldst not. My queen and Eros have by their brave instruction got upon me in nobleness and record. But I will be a bridegroom in my death and run into it, as to a lover's bed. Come then. And Eros, thy master dies thy scholar, to do thus. I learned of thee. Oh, not dead. Not dead. God, oh, dispatch me. Okay. That was great. So, lastly, John elected to do a second monologue for his turn. So have him go, and he is going to do. Okay, the Henry V Part 2 induction.
Henry IV, Part 2.
Rumor.
Okay.
Henry. Okay, we'll do this at the top of the part. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Okay. Open your ears, for which of you will stop the bent of hearing when loud rumor speaks? I, from the Orient to the drooping west, making the wind my post horse, still unfold the axe commenced on this ball of earth. Upon my tongue's continual slanders ride, the which in every language I pronounce, stuffing the ears of men with false reports. I speak of peace, while covert enmity under the smile of safety wounds the world. And who but rumor, who but only I, make fearful musters and prepare defense, whilst the big year, swollen with some other grief, is thought with child by the stern tyrant war, and no such matter. Rumor is a pipe blown by surmises, jealousies, conjectures, and of so easy and so plain a stop that the blunt monster with uncounted heads, the still discordant, wavering multitude can play upon it. But what need I thus my well-known body to anatomize among my household? Why is rumor here? I run before King Harry's victory, who in a bloody field of Shrewsbury hath beaten down young Hotspur and his troops, quenching the flame of bold rebellion, even with the rebels' blood. But what mean I to speak so true at first? My office is to noise abroad that Harry Monmouth fell under the wrath of noble Hotspur's sword, and that the king, before the Douglas raid, stooped his anointed head as low as death. This have I rumored through the peasant towns between that royal field of Shrewsbury and this worm-eaten hold of ragged stone where Hotspur's father, old Northumberland, lies crafty sick. The posts come tiring on, and not a man of them brings other news than they have learned of me. From rumor's tongues they bring smooth comforts false, worse than true wrongs. See.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, John. Thank you, everybody, for your good performances today. And before we go, I want to mention, I know that even our players, and certainly that's the beauty of the live streaming, the being able to perform online. Even our players and certainly our viewers come from all over the world, so no idea if they're going to be anywhere near her. But if you happen to be near, where I think on the East Coast,
Yes,
she has. If you wanted to make an announcement about a show that you're in, that you were talking about before we went live, go ahead.
Oh, I'd love to. Yes, I am appearing in Midsummer Night's Dream here in Forest Hills, New York at Grace Lutheran Theater. It is 3 weekends. So we've got today, Saturday, tomorrow matinee, next weekend, Saturday evening, Sunday matinee, and the third weekend is going to be December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, a Friday and Saturday night and Sunday matinee. And I hope somebody's available to come see us because we're having a great time there.
Okay, great. So are any viewers that in the New York area, if that's interested, if you're interested in that, it'd be great if you would look that up and see Sheila and the others perform there. So I hope you enjoyed the watching us perform here, though, and we look forward to actually probably I think we got Thanksgiving coming up. I think I'm likely to not be able to host next Saturday, but I'll get back to everybody here on that. But for our viewers, definitely 2 weeks from today. We look forward to seeing you then, and otherwise, same time every Saturday, unless something comes up like that. Look forward to seeing you guys same time 2 weeks from now for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. Bye now, everybody.